everyone receives is a reflection of the news. Energy centers that keep people enslaved to a false reality. We know this. But what is the news? Come with me on a journey. One of thought and idea. Factual or not, it doesn't matter. Come with me on this journey. So what is the news? Well, a false sense of information and visuals. Sigils probably as well. To keep people enslaved to believe a false reality. If enough people are thinking the same thought or watching the same vision, then their thoughts create the reality that we live in. I like to think of the news as an acronym. We've always thought news to be short for newspaper or news power or news agency or newsworthy. What if news is an acronym itself? A creation caused to keep the enslavement of humanity. What if neurological energy weapon system is the news? No, I'm not here to be considered a conspiracy or someone so far-fetched. No, I'm throwing in a hypothesis, if you will. For when you think about it, it kinda is. We know the patents on televisions to create mind control. They are available to see. So put that in conjunction with an energy weapon system that can attack your neurons, the neurological centers of your brain and your body. Keeps you in a reality, keeps you in a created reality. I like to think of it as, for those of you that can remember Street Fighter, the video game, or even the movie, there's a character called Blanka. Now, Blanka was a soldier. And they put him under these visual tests. Horrific things. And they turned him into a monster. One who could harbor electricity. But had preconceived ideas he was not who he was anymore. Think about it. If you're going in for tests for things, sometimes they show you images and check your reactions, the emotions you have to those images. They've done it for years. When you see kittens and loving things, your reactions and emotions are different to that when you see war or hurt or anger. So we know about the tests of the MK Ultra and all the horrific things that those people did back then. Don't for a second think that they didn't succeed in the outcome that they chose to do. So what if the news is such outcome? And we are but that soldier becoming Blanka. Think about it. It's all frequency, it's all energy. It affects how you feel. When was the last time you saw something sorrowful and you reacted? Because it triggers your energy centers. Because you allow it to. These are the things that, when we take a different perception, we can understand that areas such as this have a more underlining, more deadly condition. I think the news is not just the news of being false media, if you will, but more there to keep you trapped, to keep your energy and your reality in such a state of disrepair that you can't get out. But it's only keeping you there because of what it is, because you allow it to. We see it all the time. It's everyone addicted to their phones and their televisions. Create their beliefs that they want you to believe. This can go as far deep as creating false memories through the television. So as days go by and you watch the television all the time, it's implanting memories behind subliminal imagery so fast you can't see it. And as days keep going, you forget those things that are important to you about who you are and what you need to do, and false imprints of memories created by the system. Why not? Anything is possible for frequency and energy. So I don't believe the news is just the news. I believe it is an acronym. What acronym? Well, I've only offered a hypothesis, not one to follow or believe. But it makes you think what they are capable of, and how many things have actually been implemented in the name of technology that are not technology. Most things that are given to humanity come through the military first. Think about that. Which gets me onto the addiction phase, because if we use these same ideas of frequency and energy sent out through these mainstream locations, false narratives or not, for someone giving up cigarettes, yes, the urge and the addiction is there, but why? I mean, you're not addicted to eating tomatoes or having a glass of water. You're not addicted to going for a walk, but we do those things daily. So why are you addicted to these things? I don't want to go into the chemical imbalances. But think about it as an energy. Say you choose to give up. So it's okay while you're on it. And as I say this, an energy feeling comes across me now for smoking. It's about trying to find key locations within yourself that it can attach to. And a lot of this is done by trigger words or trigger images. So something that you might watch on television of an older time, maybe the 40s, the 50s, or the 60s, it was common to see people smoking a cigarette on television in public. This was just what was allowed. And then when you see that, and you see even just old visuals, it doesn't have to be smoking, just older video or photos, it triggers you to go into straight to smoking, to wanting to smoke because it is okay. This thought never existed in your mind before that moment. So ask yourself this: what if that is a frequency or an energy that they are trying to create for your life? And when you break free out of the matrix, you understand this, that it is just that. Place a bubble of white light around you, protection from all those things. And do you feel all those different vibrations trying to keep you entrapped or addicted to something? Who's to say they are not trying to influence your reality with the energies that are harbored around you, attacking you every day, trying to get you to stay connected? And trigger words, even talking about it, adds thoughts into your mind's eye. So you create those thoughts, therefore you keep trying to be addicted. It doesn't have to be smoking. It can be connection to social media or desire or lust. Because they know your level or frequency from birth, your blood type, they know who you are. They know what your frequency range is. So they can easily affect you. This is proven many a time. So when these thoughts or these emotions happen, or feelings, if you were like a glass wall, you put it up and you step back from it, and you identify it, and you say things like, why did that thought occur? Why do I place visual association for that upon that? I don't want to smoke. I don't have a need to smoke. But something is trying to get me to smoke again. That is addiction. But what if it's not just the energies of who you are in your existence, of the world trying to keep you docile? And then it dissipates, it disappears, it goes away because you don't let it affect you. You're almost short-circuiting the system. So then it waits and it's patient, and it tries and it tries and it tries again, until you change your thought pattern upon it. For if you know how they do something, then you don't need to worry about it anymore, because you know you can succeed over it. So if it does happen, you know where to go. You know how to do it. You know how to complete it. But you see, once you overcome that, it stops. They might keep trying here and there and taking a different path, a different word, a different avenue, a different visual. And you get stronger by identifying it. And when you're able to remove all of that, it won't happen. It ceases. You level up, so to speak. So maybe they attack one of your other addictions or desires or lusts, and again, it's the same feeling, but a different thought. The energy level or the frequency of the negativity behind it is constant. It's just what it's assigning itself to. And when you can feel that constant, it's almost like a direct line of sight. Direct line of energy trying to get you back to your pre-described humanity. Something that was pre-implanted in your memory of who you are. A false existence. It's not about not having your mother and father. No, you went through all those things. But it's about the version of reality that is real. It goes into the things like the childhoods we have and time. Everything connected to keep you connected to the system. False people explaining things about stuff that could be implanted with memories, that is so real or so bright or prosperous or futureful, but have been implanted there on purpose. And again, if you want to control the narrative, even in a positive light, but still steal them from the actual truth, they have the capability of doing so. It's a fascinating scenario if you're able to control those levels or limits of who you are. And on my journey, on my evolvement, it doesn't matter about the subject, whether I believe one thing or another, but about the daily progress to understanding what it is the world does to keep us locked down, and the energies and the frequencies behind it. How do we overcome that and remove it so that we can therefore become our true selves? These are fascinating thoughts to invoke within our mind. Protections of all of us should be global, and can be, if we all think about that. If the mass volume of people in the world were able to think about protection from all of this, from all of the introductions of AI, from all of the programming they're trying to keep the enslavement, then what they would do would have no effect. So they would have to change the narrative or change the pressure of the frequency of energy. And then it gets borderline chaotic and dictator-like. The disregard for humanity. It starts a chain reaction of a revolution to positivity. So all this introduction of energy weapons and AI and social media and phone abuse, there is still the solar flare. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Will it be stopped or intervened or man-made? Do we have the capability that is a requirement, which is why the elites are going underground or off planet? It's a plausible case. More and more and more we get distracted from the things that we are, who we are, and who we are meant to be. It is not always about learning of the things that people say, but about the growth of the individual to the things that they are trying to do to us. If we grow as a collective, we grow together. But if we go spiritually as an individual, and we learn through our own ways, and then as a collective we rise, wow, feel the energy of that vibration as it ripples through space-time of the internet. It's so powerful and bright, it's disabling to any unpositive frequency. I like it. We should all feel that passion and that encouragement and enthusiasm to be better, to do better. Can you imagine if it was just like a switch that they would turn off and all of a sudden we don't have addictions anymore. We don't have the vibrations of pain and suffering. Because that energy of all the towers of what they've manipulated is gone. It's almost like waking up and having the release off your shoulders. The weight of burden disappeared. The consistent barrage of controlling vibrations decimated, and the planet filled with love. Wow. Now that is what we should be thinking. So ask yourselves, why aren't we? And what are the systems that have been put in place that are preventing us from doing so? For you see, spiritual growth doesn't just come from meditation. It doesn't just come from eating and healthy and drinking healthy, putting away all the addictions. No. It comes together with understanding and knowledge and the openness to the belief that we don't know anything. To remove the information of everything that we've learned and allow for the new to present itself. We don't have to agree and follow everything right away. It's quite a lot to absorb. So we take it in. We work at it in our own time. We take the moment and the opportunity to grow both in strength, defense, and maturity, not by age, but by emotion. The evolution of our soul. Life is about to get really interesting. A lot of things are going to happen. A lot of positive changes to the world. What an interesting time to be a part of. you have planned? What do you think the world will become or happen? I don't need to know personally. It's a question to ask yourself. And then, does anything that I say resonate? Does it not? Have you had a new perspective, a new thought, a new idea? Or did something come in your mind's eye? Do you feel love and passion for everything earth and the truth? I envisage a world that is full of just pureness and wholeness, growth, protection, strength, character. That is a strong world. That is an evolving world. And boy, I would love to be a part of it, and I probably will. And so will you too. So we learn and we evolve, not through bits and pieces of information and pictures placed upon our eyes, but through the collective acknowledgement of wisdom. And with that, peace and love, take care.